grain salad, well, pasta and grain. It's actually couscous and wheat berries. Really simple. You can eat it hot or cold. I love to have it just cold and put it on a salad or with some fish or chicken. It's really yummy. So first we're going to talk about couscous. This is just a tricolor one. There's a couple different kinds. You might see a bunch of varieties, especially if you went to like a Mediterranean store, but you can just get this in the grocery store. But basically it's pasta. So it's made with semolina flour, similar to pasta is, or like orzo, but they're little round balls. We just introduced these to the lower school this year and they were like, what is it? But then they realized, oh, it's just pasta. And so they liked it. So we'll probably put it on the menu again sometime. It's really easy to cook. Basically, you just get water boiling and drop it in there like you would pasta. So depending on how much you have, it might take anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes. You'll see Mediterranean couscous, you'll see Israeli couscous, or it might just say couscous. It really just depends on the size of it. Israeli couscous is what I'm using, and it's usually a little bit bigger. It's also more consistent in size because it's been fed through a machine. And then the other grain, or that's not a grain, it's more of a pasta, it's couscous, but the grain we're going to use is wheat berries. So if you've never had these, they're delicious, and they have a ton of fiber in them because they still have the bran on them. Everything's all in there. I'm trying to get up close so you guys can see them. But it basically just looks like a little piece of wheat. And they end up being a little bit chewy, and they're so delicious. So you cook these similar. It's a little bit different. You're going to get some water boiling with a little salt, just like you would a pasta. And then once it's boiling, you dump it in there, stir it around, make sure it's heats up again, that there's bubbles. Then you're going to turn it down to simmer, put the lid on it. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes from that point. And like I said, it's got a little chew to it. It has a really nice texture and flavor. It's probably my favorite grain. I love this stuff, and I think it's really underused. And I found it in my pantry when I was cleaning it out and organizing it. So I'm like, that's what we're going to do because I love this salad. So we got those two things. And then we're going to make a really simple vinaigrette that we're going to toss on it and put some fresh herbs in there, and that's it. So I already have some couscous and some wheat berry that's already been cooked off. So I got it in a bowl. So I have that ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and make the vinaigrette. I think it's better if you can put the vinaigrette on it while it's still hot, because it kind of sucks it all in before all the starch and everything sets back up on the couscous. So I've got a little bowl, and basically a vinaigrette is just acid and oil. You can use any kind of oil, any kind of acid as far as vinegar or citrus, and you typically need something to emulsify it, which would be typically Dijon, but there's other things you can use. Also honey works. I'm actually going to use a little bit of both. So you'll see Dijon in a lot of vinegar recipes, and that's because it helps emulsify it and get the vinegar or the acid and the oil together. So I just got a little bowl. I'm going to use fresh lemon. Before I cut it in half, I'm actually want to add the zest. Most of the flavor is in the zest, especially the lemons that we get because here in Utah at the grocery store, because they're not vine ripened. So the juice tends to be more sour and acidic and less lemon flavor. But if you want more of the lemon flavor, you got to put the zest in. Anytime I have lemon juice in anything, I use the zest because I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and zest it. And just a tip on zesting. So I have a zester. These are really inexpensive. You can get them anywhere. They're like $5 or $6. You just want to go one way on the lemon or whatever you're zesting, and just keep it going one way and get a new spot every single time. The reason you want to do that, because when you get down to this white part, that's bitter. So I'll see a lot of people go back and forth, but then you're getting into the white part and you're getting below the skin, and that's bitter, and we don't want bitter. So I'm just gonna get that in my bowl. I want lots of it in there because I love the lemon taste. Last year I was in California when lemons were ripe, and I went to a restaurant and we picked everything lemon on there because they were in season. And I forgot what a lemon tastes like because it was like the flavor instead of the sourness, and everything was so delicious. And so I'm jealous for those people that have lemon trees in their backyards for sure. Okay, we cut it in half, and because I'm at home and it's just me, I'm gonna squeeze it in my hand and get any seeds out. Typically when you're doing a vinaigrette, it's equal parts oil to vinegar, but it's really personal taste. I will use a little bit more of the acid or vinegar, the juice, just because I prefer them more acidic and less oily. But you'll definitely, if you have more oil, if you like that olive oil taste, whatever you're using, you can do more. It also makes it a little thicker and creamier. So, and you could just put olive oil and lemon juice in this salad and just toss it together. I think it gives it a little more flavor and it sticks together a little bit better if I take the time to do a vinaigrette bowl. And I'm gonna add a little bit of the Dijon, if I can get the lid open. Maybe I need my glasses. Can't see where it opens. Okay, for this little amount, I'm only gonna put maybe a teaspoon. And I will post a recipe with the written amounts at the end of this. And then I've got some honey. I don't really want it too sweet, but I like a hint of it. And this is some really yummy local honey, organic honey that actually Charles gave me. So I've been using it quite a bit. I love it. So we're gonna put a little bit of that in there. And then what you wanna do is start whisking it. So we're just gonna whisk it, kind of get some froth going in there. Get a little bit of air in there. I'm mixing in all of the Dijon. And then you want to slowly pour your oil in as you're whisking. So I've got some olive oil here, and I'm just going to whisk until you get it the thickness you want. And of course you want to taste it. That looks about right to me. Always want to salt and pepper everything. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt and just a pinch or two of pepper. Okay, we'll get that out of the way. So that's ready. I'm going to move this out of the way and get my bowl with my wheat berry and couscous. And I'm going to just pour it all around the bowl. I'm going to toss it together. This is so yummy. I love this. This is actually a really simple recipe. It's not a sage recipe, but I think I'm going to add it to their library so we can add it on the menu because I love it. Okay, I have all those incorporated now. So I have some cilantro and some Italian parsley. So if I'm just making soup stock or something, I buy the curly parsley. It's less expensive, it's easy. But if I'm doing it fresh in anything for flavor, I get the flat leaf parsley. And that's how pretty it is. Because I think it's less bitter and it has more flavor and I like the taste of it. So in a week or two, I might actually plant a little potted herb garden with you guys because I live in a condo, so I don't have a yard, but I have a balcony, or if you have a sunny window, that's really all you need. So I'm just chopping it up. I like it kind of big. I don't get it too small. Especially the cilantro, because I love cilantro. And honestly, you could just do cilantro or just do parsley. You could put basil in it if you wanted to. I think that would be delicious. So whatever you like. So I hope everyone's doing good. Are getting to enjoy some time with their family. If you're not going crazy. Okay. Oh, and happy news. I have 3 little granddaughters, and my son and daughter-in-law are about to have a 4th in September, and we just found out it's a boy. So all of us are so excited we can't even stand it. I mean, we love the girls, but it'll just be fun to have a boy in the mix. Okay, I got my cilantro. This is just really bright and fresh tasting salad. So I already put some salt and pepper in my vinaigrette, but I'm gonna taste it. Okay, see if it needs more salt. It does. So we're gonna grab some more salt. Ooh, that's good though. The lemon's so good. That's what's for dinner tonight. Cook some chicken. Might see if I can get the barbecue going. Okay, and that's it. I'll post the recipe. We'll bowl it up so you guys can see it all together, and it's just something easy and yummy you can do as a side. It'll keep in your fridge for like a week, so have fun. I hope you guys enjoy this couscous and wheat berry salad with the lemon vinaigrette, and everybody have a nice weekend coming up. Bye.